Thankful and grateful you could join us for another installment of Huskies women's basketball live and direct from the South Gym on the campus of East Los Angeles College. We're happy you could join us for this end of year special, the 9th annual Susan Okawa Classic comes to an end this evening as the Orange Coast College Pirates take on the East Los Angeles College Lady Huskies. Dan Gudino alongside Albert Robles and ELAC Sports Information Director Cerwin D. Haynes. The Huskies have saved their best for last year.
In a lot of ways, yes, but hopefully they'll save their best performance for last. They haven't done too well so far in this Classic. They got blown out by Palomar in day one. They beat soundly in the second game, and so now they get a chance here against the defending state champions to make a statement. So let's see what they got.
Huskies currently on a 8-game losing streak, looking to snap that. They have one lone victory in their last 12 games. After starting the season 4-0, they're limping in here into the E-Rena, still searching for their first home victory of the season.
Well, this is our first look up close at our Lady Huskies. This is their first 3 games they played at home in all season. So, and I mean, they've picked arguably the best competition in the state. All these 3 teams here that they faced in this Classic have all been top 10 in the state. So again, Huskies chance to make a statement here. They can get a big win against the defending champs as they open with the tip.
Huskies will operate in their gray uniforms, Pirates in their navy blues. Here's Vasquez on the wing. Puts it on the floor twice, picks it up, back out to the wing. No good on their first attempt. Here's OCC. Shari Casso operating point guard duties here. Just underway inside E-Rena. Here's Jordan Areola, who'll drive, floats it in. OCC will open up the scoreboard at the 9:15 mark of this first period, 2-0.
Yeah, one of the issues that we've seen so far at the Huskies is bad pass, telegraph stolen.
Here's Lopez, short on that attempt. Pirate rebound. That's Casso. She turns it over. Micaiah Smith loses it. So another turnover. 3 straight turnovers here.
Huskies started with 2 bigs with Smith and Harris both in there. Interesting to note that Smith is in the starting lineup for Sasha Capers, who's usually the starter.
So the Huskies come in a little battle-wounded as a 3-pointer is drained by Bridget McIntyre.
Huskies have had an issue giving up good 3-point looks all throughout this Classic.
And they've had an issue staying healthy this season as well. A lot of them have come up with a flu, some colds, some injuries. Here trailing 5-0 to the defending state champions with 8:15 to go in this first period.
I misspoke. Actually, Capers is in there.
Inside, down low, first 2 points, Asia Harris. 8:05 to go.
Harris, one of the 3 Huskies averaging over double digits per game for the season. Huskies got 2 young, good forwards.
Here's a deep 3 off the right side of the rim. Lopez back out to McIntyre. McIntyre in her last game against the Huskies had 17 points. Here's a 3-point shot by Castle. Too strong there. Huskies with the rebound. Harris hands off to Vasquez. Vasquez, the Salvadorian sensation, leading the Huskies in scoring. Back outside to Capers. Capers goes left side. Ramirez now. 10 seconds on the ticker, 7:15 to go, game clock. In the corner, that's Capers. Skip pass, far side. That's Ramirez. She'll drive off the glass. Count it, 5-4. Huskies trail, 7:05 to go, first period.
Nice move there at the very last minute. She was able to turn the corner and get inside the paint for the lay-in.
I spoke with Coach Bruce Turner 2 hours prior to the game, and he explained how his 5-11 Huskies could change things. He said they have to get meaner and tougher. Here they get tough and try to get a rebound, but can't get it. Jordan Areola gets fouled, or actually she steps on the baseline, so it will be Husky basketball.
I think those are good points that Coach Turner made, because we've seen Huskies get outworked and out-hustled in these 2 games so far. One evidence to that is they've lost the rebounding battle in both games.
Here's Vasquez. Goes right side to Smith. Smith over her head to Seguchi. Seguchi dribbling with her left, turns around, back out. That's Smith losing it. Harris recovers. She tries to go up. Well defended. Seguchi drives, angles it, throws it away. Turnover against the Lady Huskies. 6 minutes, 14 seconds to go in a 5-4 ball game. Huskies looking for a puncher's chance, trying to take out the defending champions here at the Okawa Classic. Final night.
And, you know, there's some pressure on Orange Coast because they've lost their first 2 games here at the Okawa Classic. At one point lost to Moore Park. Had a good showing here. There's a 3.
McIntyre extends
Vision
it.
McIntyre. One reason why you don't, if you're the Huskies, you need to shore up your perimeter defense as the Huskies turn the ball over there, is because you don't have the 3-point shooting that Coach Turner likes to have in his usual teams. Right now, this team is mostly depending on interior scoring, particularly with Lupe Lopez being under the weather, not quite 100%.
Seguchi right side to Smith. Smith tries to go down low, and it's 3 turnovers in a row by the Huskies. 5:20, first period. Here's McIntyre, pushes it left to Areola. Back on top to Castle. Areola again. McIntyre, 3. Too long, doesn't even touch the rim. 5:05 left.
You know, you can argue that the Huskies are playing 1 guard and 4 forwards right now, as Lupe is considered a big wing, and she takes a deep 3. Front rim, no good.
From the 25 feet out, partner.
She's got the range.
Left hand lay-in.
Unfortunately, not quite the defense, and she got blown by there for that layup. Coach Turner's seen enough. He wants to call a timeout, and he's getting his timeout.
Jordan Areola extends the leads for the Pirates. 10-4, 4:46 to go. This is SportsNetUSA.net.
We're back in the E-Rena. Huskies early deficit, down 10-4, 4:46 left in this first quarter. I'm Cerwin D. Haynes, voice of ELAC Athletics. Dan Gudino back with us. Always good to have you, Dan. And of course, Albert Robles, who we're going to have to find an office for him at some point. He's been here so much this season.
Albert Robles,
Yes,
director, producer, mixer.
On the ones and twos, as we say.
Ones and twos, Superman. Can't do it without him.
Nope. Mr. Versatility.
And the women's team can't do it without Coach Bruce Turner, who is trying to turn around his season in his 19th season. 5 Elite 8 appearances, 2 Final Fours, most recently in 2016, an appearance in the state title. Trying to bring back flashes of all that. Another 3, rebounded by McIntyre. 4:22 to go, all OCC thus far. Here from the baseline. Deep 3, no. OCC, another rebound, banked in by Areola.
You know, Harris is a big forward, but she's having some trouble securing rebound. It's haunted them against Palomar, and now it's haunting him here as the trap works for Orange Coast to get the turnover. The layup is no good, but there's a foul called.
Castle with the steal. McIntyre to right behind her.
You know, Dan, we were just saying that you could say that the Huskies have one guard on the floor and arguably 4 forwards as we see Sienna Hayden now come in. Looks like she's coming in for Lupe Vasquez. Coach Turner doesn't quite have the point guard play right now as he's used to having. There's no Delilah Kimball Gray on his team right now. So he's trying to get by being more interior focused. His forwards, his talented forwards, talking about Asia Harris and Smith. So, but you still need that guard to kind of get the team in their offense and settle things down. They don't quite have that right now as the free throws are made by the Pirates.
Shout out to Kimbo Smith, who is having an excellent career over at Portland State as OCC nearly comes away with another turnover.
Hey, she was here yesterday and the day before, too, helping out at the table here.
3:48 to go, 14-4 in favor of the defending champs, the Pirates.
Now here's a player that Coach Turner would like to develop into something Kimball Gray, which is Sienna. But right now she can do more. She's mostly a dribbler, someone that can penetrate, good penetration skills, good speed. Haven't seen a jumper from her yet.
5 seconds on the ticker. Harris, jumper, too strong there. McIntyre over the logo with 3:15 to go. Here's Collins, back to McIntyre. Areola to the corner. Castle, 3, too strong, but a Pirates there. 3 minutes left, first period. Areola drives, down low. Collins falls, and a foul is called against Micaiah Smith.
She's kind of wondering why she got called with a foul. Looks like incidental contact there. But refs feel that she put enough contact in to force the player out of bounds, so Orange Coast will inbound.
McIntyre spins off.
Finally,
the rebound. That's Castle. Excuse me, that's Hayden.
Smith, the turnaround baby J. She gets it to drop. 14-6 now. Huskies trail the defending champs with 2:30 left in this first quarter.
That was their first 2 minutes in about 4.5 minutes. Three-pointer. Off the back iron. Pirates collide.
Another foul called on the Huskies.
And that's Smith again.
You know, one way to get teams, particularly like Orange Coast, to stop shooting so many threes is to get the rebound, Dan. Because if you keep giving up offensive rebounds, you know, the volume is going to catch up to you. Forget the percentages.
Areola 3. Gets it.
Case in point.
That's her second three-pointer of the evening. 17-6. OCC running away with it. And another turnover.
Ball handling and ball protection an issue right now for the Huskies. Oh, missed easy bunny there by Orange Coast. Capers with the rebound. Hayden brings it up on the near side.
1:50 to go, first period. Harris asking for somebody. Seguchi finally comes in. Smith will angle towards the rim.
She got hit.
Pushed off, yeah.
She got hit right as she started her drive.
Shari Castle is charged as Lupe Vasquez will step onto the floor once again. Off the court will be Sasha Capers. 1:37, 17-6. All Pirates. Here's the fake and the drive and a whistle.
See, she's got the quickness there to kind of slide between defenders. Had a little small opening. Was able to get to the rim and draw the foul, so she'll go to the line for 2.
That's Shiana Hayden, a freshman point guard. First one drained in. Hayden on the year, averaging 5 points per game.
Again, Huskies dependent on their front court and their wings this season more than their guards. But right now, with Lupe Vasquez ailing a bit, they need someone on the perimeter to step up for them.
Backdoor pass to Collins, too strong. Saved straight into the hands of Smith. Hayden will bring it up. 1:05 to go. Ball last touched by Alyssa Dressen. McKenna Ching will be on the floor now as Alyssa Dressen will step off. Here's Smith to Vasquez. Under 60 seconds now. Vasquez will lift for three, too strong. Almost gets a friendly roll. Here's Castle, crossing over and driving, kicking out.
Baseline J, no good. Air ball, actually. Rebound by Smith.
There's Hayden with 40 seconds to go.
So Huskies able to slow down the Pirates just a little bit, but Huskies need to make their move offensively.
Seguchi tries to drive on the baseline and is blocked by Ashari Castle.
Now, we may mention, as we have been doing these past 2 days, Dan, about the condition of Lupe Vasquez for good reason. Now she's the leading scorer easily for the Huskies at over 20 a game.
Harris fades away. Smith rebound. She is fouled. So 23.7 seconds to go. Huskies trying to make it respectable, trying to stay alive in the hunt in this one.
Yeah, you don't want to see what happened to them in the first 2 games where they fell behind considerably at the end of the first half, and then have teams basically just control and coast in the second half. First free throw good by Smith. Another thing that will help the Huskies making their free throws. They only shoot a little better than 60% on the season.
Not Smith. She's 70%.
Nice. That's who we want at the line. See, we missed your eagle eye analysis, Dan.
Glad to be back.
Oh, man. You keep us all in line here when you're here on the broadcast, Dan.
Second one drained in. 7-point ball game. OCC in front with 20 seconds to go, first period. McIntyre hesitating. Goes back out to Estrada. To the corner to Areola, to Estrada, 8 seconds. McIntyre most likely will launch here. McIntyre against Seguchi, too strong, long rebound. That brings us to the end of the first period as the Huskies trail to the defending champions, the OCC Pirates 17, Huskies 10. This is SportsNetUSA.net. Huskies trying to finish the 2023 calendar year on a good note. Trying to snap an 8-game skid. Winners of just 1 of the last 12 games. Huskies trying to right the ship, trying to turn the team around. The Huskies into the 2023-24 campaign. were composed of 9 incoming freshmen, 7 returners. So what was supposed to be a good year so far has displayed a lot of heartache. Seguchi in the corner will dribble out of the corner. Start of the second period, trailing by 7 to the defending champions, OCC Pirates. Here's Vasquez driving, making her first appearance since the 5-minute mark of the first period. Gets her own. 17-12, Huskies trail, 9:30 to go. Here's Estrada. Goes over to Areola. They swing into McIntyre. Back on top, 9:20 to go. Second period, down low, back out. McIntyre, open 3. Rebound, Vasquez.
What would the Huskies love to see her get going?
She launches one, short. McIntyre with the board. McIntyre, coast to coast.
Nice reverse layup going across the body, across the rim.
8:55 to go. Smith, down low. Harris, fading, in and out. 8:45 to go.
McIntyre, the leading scorer for the Pirates at 18.4 a game.
Areola fighting Smith for the board. Last touch by a Husky. Pirate basketball. So OCC, the toughest match for the Huskies since yesterday, right?
Yeah, you could definitely say that. Huskies have faced in ranking, okay, just in this tournament alone, Palomar, number 5 in the state. That was on Thursday. Yesterday, Moore Park, number 6 in the state. Today, Orange Coast, the defending champion, number 3 in the state. Coach Turner does not shy away from loading up his non-conference schedule with big timers, and this season's been no exception. We'll say why that can help them.
Vasquez with a jumper at the free throw area with 8:05 to go, making it respectable, 19-14 now.
One thing I'll say to your comment there, Cerwin, is, you know, it helps to evaluate your talent by playing talented teams. You don't know how you stand unless you don't expose yourself to those teams.
Absolutely. And Coach Turner, with that, and also that Coach Turner likes to harden his teams in the off-season, excuse me, not preseason night. Eddie Flores is in my head right now. The non-conference portion of the schedule to get them ready for conference play. However, I would say there's also another benefit to having a tough schedule, as Hayden is looking to probe. It passes out to Smith. Another reason is, out of the games that they played so far, only 5 opponents that the Huskies have faced have been not ranked, as another 3 by Lupe Vasquez rims out. Vasquez better than 40% on threes this season on good volume too. Kick out to the wing. Oh, three-pointer rimmed out and then back in. A friendly shooter's roll there.
Jordan Areola wearing the 23 jersey with the reason, right?
Yeah.
22-14, 6:45 to go. OCC still on top. Here's Vasquez. Now Hayden pushes it to Seguchi. Tries to find Smith down low. Seguchi comes up with it and barely taps it into the hands of Harris, who throws it away.
Harris thought she saw Smith flashing the baseline, try to get the pass to her, but Orange Coast was ready for it, deflected it, stole it away. Vasquez gets the rebound off the miss, brings it up herself.
6:20 to go. Second period. Vasquez bounces it to Harris.
Turnaround jumper by Harris, back rim, no good. She has a lot of versatility, Harris does. She's got to find a way to get those shots to fall. So open 3 from the corner, no good, but offensive board. Smith, a clean block. Orange Coast still has the ball. Kind of wild shot from the baseline, no good. And Huskies got the rebound, were fouled on the rebound. Substitutions coming in. Capers comes in. Melanie Ramirez comes in. Smith goes out for the Huskies. And Looks like she's being helped to the trainer's table, so we have to keep our eye on what's going on with Smith.
Shiana Hayden will bring it up for East LA. Ball's thrown away off a leg of a Pirate.
You know, one of the reasons why it hurts the Huskies right now offensively to have Vasquez not quite at 100% is because of the volume of shots that she takes. Although they got some volume there and some quality there, she gets a little baby jumper in the paint to go.
Vasquez showing some hesitation and getting it to go. Basket won't count, happened on the floor. Sabrina Lopez with the drive as she gets fouled. 5:22 to go.
So looking at, talking about volume of the quality and the value of Vasquez's shots, as that three-pointer is off the back rim, no good. And Vasquez fights for the rebound, knocks it off Orange Coast, so Huskies will, smart move there by Vasquez, and Huskies will get the possession. Vasquez takes over 6 threes a game, hits about 2.7 per game, good for 44%, which is an excellent a percentage for a three-point shooter. The next closest Husky, Dan, 27.3%. Adriana Solozano.
10-second violation. Huskies get caught in the backcourt. Going back to what you said earlier, sir, when they don't have a true point guard to kind of help them in these full court pressure situations. 5 minutes left. Skip pass far side. That's McIntyre, who skips it back to Areola. That's Lopez from the baseline. Friendly roll? No. Whistle at midcourt. 4:46 to go. So Huskies with revenge on their mind in the 5th game of the season. The Huskies went down to OCC in a close one in Orange County. 66-60. So you could blame the Pirates who sparked this losing streak and thus far this disappointing season.
There's something else interesting in this current losing streak, as Huskies did kind of break things up with a big win against Grossmont, is that before that, as Vasquez gets the banker to go, so Huskies only trail by 4, 22-18 with 4:19 left in the second quarter. Huskies hanging around here against the defending champs.
You get a sense Vasquez is going to need 30-plus points to pull this one out.
Does she have it in her, though?
The drive.
Physically.
Back out. Long rebound.
Capers.
Yeah.
Hard for rebound. That's one thing that Huskies forwards and bigs will have to do. They have to go up and snare these rebounds against a lot of traffic.
Coast to coast. Hayden too short there. 3:45 left.
It's great to be able to have a guard to get to the rim, but the problem is, particularly with short guard, is that you got to be able to put up your layups against taller shot blockers.
Three-pointer McIntyre. 25-18, 3:30 to go. So when ELAC played OCC back early in November, the Huskies entered that ball game 4-0. And then since then, they've been 1-11.
Again, the lone win in that 1-11 was a big 39-point win against Grossmont. But to your point, Dan, the 3 losses before Orange Coast, they only lost by 8. Mount San Jacinto looks like a defensive grinder. They lost 50-39. Now, 2-point loss at Palomar.
Yeah.
Okay, and then even after the Grossmont win, you got a 3-point loss to Modesto and a 2-point loss, 20-73-71 to Citrus. Then after that, it seems like something happened with the team. As Vasquez, something's happening to her. Looks like she's waking up a bit.
Yeah.
Shaking off whatever's ailing her. Gets that shot in the paint to go. 25-20, Huskies trail. 3:05 left in the second quarter.
Vasquez went off for 32 points in the matchup against OCC in November. So she's got it in her. She's ailing a sore ankle, coming off of a positive COVID test 2 weeks ago as well. Seguchi drives way too strong, high off the backboard. Ahead to Sabrina Lopez, layup drill is good. 27-20, 2:35 to go, and a turnover in the backcourt.
Looks like the Vasquez got tipped away, and as I think Capers was coming in after she inbounded, the ball hit her before it went out of bounds. So, and then there's a turnover. Steal.
Here's Ramirez. Can she do it? Too strong. Loose ball. Vasquez there. Back out to Hayden. Seguchi. Ramirez to the elbow. That's Capers who loses it. Straight into the hands of Lopez. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Ahead, wide open lane. Haley Estrada makes it a 29-20 ball game. 2:07 to go. Bruce Turner, Huskies head coach, calls a timeout.
And a good timeout there because things were kind of unraveling. A couple of mishaps. Huskies turned the turnover. They try to inbound the ball, and then Sasha Capers, it looks like she's making a good power move to get into the paint for a shot, knocks the ball off her hip, turns the ball over. So a couple of fast break baskets by Orange Coast. So a good time out here by Turner. The team's fighting to stay in it. They don't want things to slip away too soon.
Huskies looking for their first home victory here at home. So is Lupe Vasquez, who actually played against the Huskies in the 2021-22 season. She lost both times as a Lancer to the Huskies. So she'll have to go off big time here tonight for the Huskies to even have a chance against number 3 OCC as the Pirates lead 29-20, 2:07 to go. Huskies with the ball out of the timeout.
And what I'll say about Vasquez right now is, Hayden got gobbled up on the trap. Huskies barely get it forward. Harris passes, is off balance. Hayden gets it. Smith looking around, gets it to Vasquez. The Huskies reset the offense.
It'll have to be Vasquez with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Deep three, a 27-footer. Too strong. Saved. No, goes out of bounds off the hand of Harris, who tried to save it with 1:37 to go.
Vasquez has a lot of talent. I'm not sure, though, if you want her to continue to take those deep threes, particularly those threes that are late in the shot clock, seem like out of frustration for what the defense is doing. Speaking of frustration, Huskies commit the foul.
Fouls called against
Melanie
Ramirez with 1:31 to go.
Melanie Ramirez, her first personal, second team foul.
Jordan Areola steps off. Onto the floor will be
Amelia
Amalia Cardona. Here's McIntyre operating as the trigger. That's Estrada. Cardona. McIntyre to the corner to Lopez. Lopez near side. Estrada to McIntyre. She'll drive and stop. Lopez hesitating, driving, angles in.
Gets it to drop.
Gets it. 31-20. 60 seconds to go in this first half.
Looks like Vasquez drew the foul. As Albert Robles has been saying throughout the football season, looks like Orange Coast got a little too handsy. I'm gonna make Albert copyright that one. First free throw good by Vasquez. I like to see that she's being aggressive. You know, looks like that she's decided not to let her ailments, sickness, ankle, hamper her any longer. She missed that free throw.
Orange Coast with the rebound. Full head of steam. Driving coast to coast, short on that one. Ramirez looks like she got fouled underneath the rim. 52 seconds to go. 10-point lead for the Pirates.
One thing I will say, it looks like in this second quarter, Huskies are doing a little bit better job getting to those defensive rebounds. It's very important for them to limit their opponents, particularly an opponent as good as Orange Coast, to one shot on offensive possessions.
During this 8-game skid or 1-11 record, they've been losing by an average margin of 17 points.
As both free throws are good there by Ramirez. And that 17-point margin really began in earnest against Butte, which is known as the #1 team in the state. Butte was here. They played a heck of a game against Orange Coast last night. And Butte pulled it out. So it started with Butte. They lost by 23 to Skyline. Excuse me, 33 to Skyline. Huskies get the rebound here. 30 seconds left.
Here's Smith spinning. Too strong. And Dressen with the rebound, and she is fouled underneath the board.
Hayden was trying to get a tie up there, but the ref felt he had too much contact, not enough ball.
23.6 seconds remain first half.
The one thing, at least the Huskies not in a penalty, so Orange Coast has to inbound from it under their own basket. $18 seconds now as
Lopez splashes one from the corner. That was a two. 33-23. 9 seconds to go.
thought maybe they were hold for one, but instead they take the open shot as they get it. And Coast knocks the ball out of bounds. Good read. They close it in on Vasquez.
That's Dressen, who was able to poke it out of bounds.
Another reason why Huskies have suffered from not having good guard play is that you can see the downtick in their passing from years past.
Dressen once again pokes it out. Shot clock remains at 2.9.
Of course, you got to give credit to the defending champs and their aggression.
Here's Smith, she'll trigger. Looking. Underneath. Ramirez throws it up.
You know what? Ramirez kind of waited a bit, and the defender kind of closed in on her. She should have put that ball up as soon as she got that pass. Would have had maybe a bit of a cleaner shot. But be that as it may, we've reached halftime here. Huskies trail the defending champs of Orange Coast College, 33-23. And we'll take a break here, catch our breath, and we get some water. Coach Turner has some banana pudding that he's graciously given us. So maybe we'll sample some of that, and we'll be back after halftime here at sportsnetusa.net. We are back here for the start of the second half, third quarter. In the E-Rena, I'm Cerwin D. Haynes, your sports information specialist, with the voice of ELAC Athletics, Dan Gudino, and the man of many talents in Jackson trades, Albert Robles, on the ones and twos here on SportsNetUSA.net. Huskies start the second half trailing the defending champion, Orange Coast College. I almost called them the Hornets, the Pirates, 33-23.
It's the other team from the evil Orange Empire. It's Areola who will launch a three.
Evil.
Cardona trying to get the rebound for OCC. And Seguchi will bring it up. Just underway. Third period of play. Men's basketball has 2 halves. Women's has 4 periods. Here, the jumper is good by Harris.
Love to see her start to get her shot to fall. She's only 1 of 7. Well, she was 1 of 7 in the first half.
OCC comes in as the number 3 team in the state. East
They
Los
lost both
Angeles.
their games so far in this tournament.
That's right.
Their marked team, which is usually defending champs, usually are. They are on the mark there on that layup, though.
Drayson using some footwork there. Gets it to go with the left hand. 35-25, OCC with the lead, 8:50 to go. That's Smith holding the ball over her head, tries to get it over to Harris. Loose ball, no, too strong.
Nice move to get the shot. It was a good shot, just a little too strong.
Areola drives, gets it.
See, that's the difference right now. You don't want to see if you're the Huskies. You get inside for your shot, you miss it. The other team gets inside for their shot, they make it.
Biggest lead of the game for OCC. Harris turns around, splashes it, using her height there. Back to a 10-point lead. McIntyre stops, Dressen kicks out. That's Castle back outside of Areola, who launches a three off the right side of the rim, and that's Lopez who tries to go up, and she is fouled with 7:56 to go, third period.
Asia Harris needs to get better with her box out ability. Too many, even in this series, in terms of not just tonight, but in these past 2 games, she's giving up too many offensive rebounding because she's not boxing out and keeping her man or player off the boards.
Huskies come into the season with 16 players, and here this evening only able to go 2 deep into the bench. On the other side, you got up to 10 players who have played already for OCC.
And that's interesting because Huskies had played 9 yesterday. Caught a break there as the Pirates missed both free throws.
Here's Hayden. Far side to Capers. Capers angles in, back out to Seguchi. Seguchi puts it on the floor with the right hand, passes it to the right side. Far side, Capers, 3, off the front lip of the rim and goes out of bounds in front of the Huskies bench. 7:33 to go, third period.
I could be wrong, but I think that's the first time I've seen Capers shoot a 3-pointer. That's counting all last year, too. She played more inside. Now with the other forward, she's playing more of a small forward role. She has increased her range, her shooting range.
McIntyre fakes and drives. Turns around, passes it. That's Castle. Over to Lopez. Lopez in and out. McIntyre, board. Another opportunity for the Pirates with 7:05 to go in this third period. Lopez in the corner.
Hayden almost thought she almost had a steal.
Deep 3, McIntyre. Rebound, Harris. Ball gets poked out of bounds. 6:55 to go in this third period. Huskies looking for a puncher's chance here.
And they can have the puncher's chance particularly if they just rebound the ball and stop giving up offensive boards. You want to limit your opponents to just 1 shot on their offensive possessions.
Vasquez with 6:40 on the game clock.
Leading scorer in the first half. She needs some help.
Faking, losing it, gets it up. No. Ahead to Castle. Castle to the corner. Areola in and out.
Capers a good rebound there. See, that's what I'm talking about, boxing out.
Here's Hayden. 6:13 to go. Ten seconds on the shot clock. 6 minutes to go, game clock. The drive and one, count it. Harris using strength.
Beautiful move there by Harris, that power dribble. She's got good movement and speed and slitheriness, if you will, for her size.
Harris, the second leading scorer for the Huskies, averaging 13 points per game. Here in this one, she's up to 6 points with 5:55 to go in this third period. Trying to cut the deficit. Gets it. 7-point ball game. Out of
Harris,
the game,
the 5'11" freshman out of Fairfax.
Sabrina Lopez will sit down for OCC as McKenna Ching steps on the floor for the Pirates. Here's Areola. On top to Casso. McIntyre looking. Back to Casso. Angles in, stops at the elbow, pulls up. Friendly roll. And back to a 9-point lead. 39-30. 5:30 left. Ramirez down low to Harris. Dressen playing great defense here this evening. Disrupting many passes of the Huskies. Ramirez, long ball to Harris. That's Smith. Back to Ramirez. 3-point ball. Too much on it.
If you don't mind the miss, being that the Huskies taking so few threes, you want to at least give Orange Coast a reason to extend your defense out to the perimeter.
McIntyre. Deep three. Gets it.
Huskies were out of sorts in their positioning and shifting on the perimeter defense-wise. That's been a problem for them this whole classic. Both Palomar and Moore Park have found success just swinging the ball left to right around the perimeter.
Smith. Too much mustard on it. Here comes OCC. Areola to Dressen. Elbow jumper. Smith with the board.
Strong rebound there by Smith.
4:25 to go. Third period. Back to a 12-point ball game. Ramirez on the wing. Launches another three. Way too strong. Hayden with the board.
A rare offensive rebound by the Huskies.
Ramirez again throws it up. Throws it nowhere. Straight into the hands of a Pirate. Ahead, Dressen, left-hand board.
Who got beat down the court on that one? Looks like maybe Harris again.
44-30.
Yeah, Huskies go a long way with their defense. They just get their hands up. Try to discourage some of the passing lanes that Orange Coast is enjoying.
Harris gets fouled on her drive to the basket.
Foul called the Pirates, number 12. Elizabeth Reed, her first personal.
Biggest lead of the game for the Pirates was 12. Now it's 14. Ramirez will sit down. Vasquez with the short breather back on the floor for East LA. She's got 11 points here.
Okay, Solozano at the scorer's table about to check in. Solozano, I told Coach Turner yesterday, I thought she gave him some good floor minutes yesterday when she was in.
Second one bounces around and in. Back to a 12-point lead for Coast.
Number 0, Adriana Solozano.
McIntyre to Castle. It's Areola back to Castle. Down low to Ching. Ching kicks out. Wide open three. A dud. Ching goes up and is fouled.
one thing that Coach Turner's teams, if you remember, not unfortunately not last year because the team had an off year last year, but from 2 years ago, and usually their teams, they usually are able to put forth bunches efforts where they can score in bunches. Yeah, they may be really scrappy and maybe focus so much on defensively, but they've been able. In teams past Coach Turner, he's able to get points in bunches at certain junctions of the game. Haven't seen that ability yet for this edition of the Huskies. They need to do that because they need to be able to cut into this lead, put forth a run.
Smith gets knocked down. 3:11 left.
Orange Coast feels that Smith has been called for a carry or a travel. She used a high dribble to make her power move to the basket.
So the Huskies behind the three-point line, 0 of 6 thus far. While OCC has drained 6 of their 28 three-point attempts.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a shooting premium tonight for both teams, which actually favors the ELAC. Both free throws are made. Huskies are at least better at the line today as they were before, since the past few games. Good steal by Vasquez.
Vasquez,
Yes.
a 2-on-2. She'll pull up, jumper short. The other way, it's Casso. Underneath to Areola. Up and under, good. 47-34. Here's Smith, angling in, throws it up, and a whistle.
One thing you're seeing with Orange Coast is their passing is really good. One reason they'll be able to get some fast break buckets and get inside is using their passing, particularly in the paint.
Here's a stat for you. OCC 11 assists in comparison to just 3 for ELAC. So
And that's what we were talking about.
just as you mentioned, ball distribution.
Yeah, ball distribution, and just as we talked about in the first half, about the fact that Coach Turner doesn't have that point guard that he's used to enjoying, able to set the table.
Smith gets it. 11-point lead for OCC now. McIntyre nearly losing the dribble there. It's Jordan Areola to Casso to McIntyre. Down low to Sheng. Sheng, baseline dribble, kicks out. Areola 3. Off the right side of the rim into the hands of Capers. Here's Hayden with 2:15 to go. Vasquez 3. Vasquez splashes it. 47-39, 2:05 to go.
And now if the Huskies can get a few stops here, that won't be one way to do it, though.
Both two jerseys collide.
Hayden got handsy, Albert, on the Orange Coast play that she's making her drive. So the foul's on the floor. Orange Coast will inbound near us in front of their bench.
That was Sienna Hayden who got charged. 1:58 to go. Dressen drives, kicks out. She gets pushed out of bounds. Actually, she steps on the line, so a turnover against the Pirates.
Good defense by the Huskies denying the baseline there.
Hayden, the point guard here. Hands off to Vasquez. Vasquez jabs left, goes right, drives off the glass.
Tough shot off the glass. Nice leaner.
Huskies have crawled back into it, and another turnover.
So we were just saying, Dan, what the Huskies need to do, they need to get a run together, cobble a bunch of points together. A nice 6-8 point run would be nice to get them within closer range here. They're down 6 with the ball.
Here's Vasquez with 16 points. Goes up top to Hayden. They swing it to Smith. Smith stops her dribble. Looking for Vasquez. Vasquez.
Ooh, offhand. Yeah.
Throws in forearm into the stomach of McIntyre. McIntyre able to sell it, and a turnover against East LA with 1:11 to go, and a 6-point lead for OCC.
You know, the McIntyre's credit, it's not a whole lot she had to sell there because that forearm was kind of slow developing. and very evident.
66 seconds, third period. A close one inside E-Rena. Shin to Dressen to a cutting Castle. The ball was actually, I feel like it was intended for Castle, but Shin cut it off, and it goes off her hands. Turnover. That's the third one in a row against OCC.
And you know who was in the middle of that? Adriana Solazano. So again, make her presence felt on the floor. She goes to the bench.
Here's Hayden. Back into the game is Harris. Vasquez trying to drive on the baseline. Dribbling with her left, hesitates, back out to Smith. Smith falls down, a wide open lane for
I think they missed a
Shing.
shove there.
Shing against Harris, throws it up, gets it off the square. 49-41, 30 seconds to go, third period. And it's an 8-point lead once again. Smith drives, throws it up short. Last touch by the 2 jersey of East LA, Hayden. Pirate basketball.
See, one thing you don't want is frustration to settle in. You're only down 8. You're playing a tight game. And actually, the Huskies have the ball. It looks like they said the ball was out on the Pirates.
Okay.
So a break.
What do I know?
Quite a bit, Dan. You know quite a bit.
Here's Asia Harris to Vasquez. Vasquez off balance, draws contact. She'll go to the line.
Good job by Vasquez to feel the contact and put a shot up, as wild as it may be, but it gets her to the line. Like seeing the aggressiveness. This is the most aggressive we've seen Vasquez in the 3 games she's played here in this Classic.
Vasquez at the line this evening. One
Missed the
of
first
3
one.
now.
Orange Coast head coach is questioning the referee's call of what they saw there. That was a bit of a difference of opinion.
In and out
Vasquez.
with the second one.
Pretty good free throw shooter Vasquez, but she missed both there.
Here's McIntyre. 2 seconds to go. Not in time. That brings us to the end of the third period, as the Huskies are still in the hunt, going to the final period of play here inside E-Rena on the campus of East Los Angeles College. It would be something special if the Huskies could close out the 2023 year finally with a victory, huh?
And a victory against the defending state champions to boot would be a big feather in the cap for a lot of reasons. We haven't even talked about the RPI standings yet.
Yeah, that's right.
But Huskies are keeping within an arm's distance here. Still would love to see them put forth a nice run here and see if they can get a good little 6-0 run here. They got enough time, 10 minutes here on the clock for the fourth quarter. They don't need it back all at once. They just need to nibble a little bit. You know, in a little maybe six-point run, maybe midway through the quarter, keep it at maybe a 3 or 4 point deficit, get some stops. Rebounding will be key. Defensive rebounding particularly. It'd be great if they could get some offensive rebounding, extend some possessions. Also be helpful. I'm seeing the forwards here like Smith and Asia Harris. Now they got the physical ability to get the shot off, but we like to see them maybe try to look for the pass just a little bit. Like maybe you don't want to get into a situation where you're forcing up shots, tightly contested shots. Huskies need their guards to give them something. Need their point guards, their guards to give them something. You talk about Saguchi, you talk about Hayden.
Start of the fourth period, Husky basketball. Here's Harris looking for someone, gets it to Smith outside. Smith from 18 feet out off the right side of the rim. Vasquez able to push off.
But she got caught on the push off.
Pushes McIntyre to the floor. So despite over a dozen games remaining on the schedule, you get a sense that this is a must-win situation.
It is, but I'm going to make the case that it's not quite, because the Huskies are right now ranked number 25 in the state RPI rankings despite their record. And that's actually good news for them. it's good news that they're playing the type of competition they're playing in this classic, as the runner there by Smith gets it to fall. It looks like the brackets for the playoffs is extended to, what we say, 24 teams?
That's right. So within the South Coast Conference North, you got Mount Sac currently at 13-2. They're on a 9-game win streak. You got Pasadena at 10-6. They're ranked number 20 in California, so it doesn't get any easier once conference play will start. Here, both teams scrapping for the ball as Hayden comes away with it to a cutting Capers, drives and gets fouled, I believe.
And you talk about South Coast Conference North, how it doesn't get any easier. Mount Sac is the number 2 ranked team in the state.
That's right.
Pasadena City is having a good season. They're ranked number 20. But again, that can work to the Huskies' favor. You're not going into conference play against a bunch of low-ranked teams here. So, Coach Turner told me, as Capers badly missed that free throw, that he feels that if the Huskies can finish 3rd in the conference at the end of the season, that should be enough to get them a playoff berth. With the extended berths that we've seen on the state site, she missed that second one that rimmed out.
Also, another thing that might help them is the South Coast Conference South is really struggling this season. No one has a winning record in the South Coast Conference South. Long Beach, they're currently ranked number 15 in the state, but they have a 7-7 record, and everyone below the Vikings, well, they've all got losing records, as Lopez drains the runner on the left-hand side, extends the lead 51-43, 8:15 to go. Here's Capers.
And you're saying that means that the Huskies have some shots here come January to get some wins against, as they play the crossover challenge here in the first half of December against those South Coast Conference South teams, as Asia Harris gets the lay-in off the feed.
Harris now with 11. She's 4 of 11 from the floor here this evening. It's under 7:50 to go, 51-45. Huskies trail to the defending champions.
Oh, nice block there by Harris, and Huskies get the possession, get the ball.
Sign of life for East LA now. Hayden dribbling the ball, picks it up. It's Vasquez now.
You can see maybe some pick and roll possibly here. Smith comes in for the pick. Good defense there by Coast. Coast knocks the ball out of bounds, but unable to save it before going out of bounds. So Huskies will retain possession with 8 ticks left on the shot clock.
7:18 on the game clock. Capers will inbound to Harris. Harris between her legs. Jumper. No.
Ooh.
You get 2 players who get tangled up.
It looks like Lupe drew the foul on the loose ball foul, trying to go on the rebound. Coast was called for the foul, so the Huskies will get another possession, or
Head coach of OCC, Sammy Duche, voicing her opinion right in front of us.
Orange Coast,
Sammy
Orange
Duche.
Coast, just head coach just got himself a warning.
A warning given to the head coach of the Pirates. Trying to get an explanation.
Looks like from what we see is as the Orange Coast faithful who's here today applauding the coach's efforts. Looks like the refs felt that Lupe Vasquez had position, and she's fighting inside position for a shot. No shot, but she's fouled on the floor.
She's disappointed. She thought it should have counted after the foul.
At least the Huskies are racking up team fouls here on Orange Coast. Trying to slowly get themselves to the bonus here.
Capers looking for someone. Gets it to Smith. Smith fakes, drives. Off the window.
Huskies find themselves only down 4, Dan. 51-47.
Inching their way back into this one. Similar feel to their OCC game.
Offensive rebound there.
Here's McIntyre with a second opportunity. Areola now. Lopez from the corner. Lopez splashes.
Late contest there by the Huskies allowed Lopez the room she needed to get that shot off. Clean three-pointer, good-looking three-pointer on the corner.
6:30 to go. We'll stay here on the air. Huskies trail to number 3 OCC 54.
But thoroughly controlled by Moore Park yesterday, so it's good to see them put forth a really competitive effort
Here's Hayden Harris to Vasquez.
against one of the best teams in the state.
Vasquez hesitating, dribbling with her left hand, picks up the dribble over to Smith. Smith will fire, gets it. 54-49. Huskies trying to stay alive in this one. Final period of play inside E-Rena. Thankful and grateful you could join us for another installment of Huskies women's basketball here on the home of the Huskies Sportsnet USA.
And there's a travel.
Yeah, McIntyre sliding the pivot foot.
What caused that? The Huskies made a good recovery on the baseline there. Now the Huskies facing a trap. They need to get it ahead. 10 seconds of risking, and they get the ball forward to Smith. Line to the basket. Layup is good. Just in the nick of time.
To go.
54-51 with 5:31 left. Huskies trying to give it to the defending champs.
There's Areola.
Huskies still need to communicate when they flash out on open shooters. Harris, good rebound there.
A chance to possibly tie it here with 5:10 to go for East LA.
And
Only one player has drained a three-pointer in this one, and that's the gal with the ball here.
This is who you want to see with the ball.
Lopez for the tie. Short. Dressen, OCC rebound. 4:50 left.
Try to use a little step back a la James Harden.
Wide open lane. The runner off the glass.
Defensive miscommunication. Nobody rotated over when she got it. When she drove into the paint. Uncontested layup.
Every possession counts from here on out with 4:30 to go. Smith with the ball. That's Hayden now. Down low to Capers. Capers trying to use some strength and gently taps it off the square. 3-point ball game now. 4:10 left. Castle to McIntyre. Lopez to the corner to Areola. She'll dribble out of the corner and skips it far side to Collins. Collins fakes, shoots, gets it.
Tough shot by Collins in between two defenders.
58-53, 3:50 to go.
Huskies can't let up for even a second.
Harris.
Nice feed from Hayden. Haven't seen that enough of that. The guards feeding the forwards in a position for them to be able to score.
58-55, 3:35 to go. Lopez, turnaround jumper, short, straight into the hands of Smith.
Good
Here's Hayden.
defense by Capers on that one.
Another chance to tie here with the three-pointer as Coach Bruce Turner calls timeout at the 3:24 mark. OCC 58, Huskies 55. This is SportsNetUSA.net. Final 3:24 of play at the Okawa Classic. And it's turning out to be a classic here. Here's Smith. Hayden hesitating. Down low to Vasquez. Vasquez, no. Last touch by a OCC player. That's Ashari Casso who poked the ball out of bounds. So a fresh shot clock in the front court for East LA.
Here, head coach Orange Coast says watch number 23 offensive foul. He's trying to get the coaches to pay special attention to her moves. Smith misses a 15-footer free throw jumper. 3 minutes to go. Huskies trail by 3, 58-55, Dan.
Here's McIntyre looking for some help. Finally gets it from Shing. They go far side to Areola. Too strong, and an OCC player's there. OCC has done fantastic on the offense.
Rebound, extending the possession.
18 offensive rebounds to just 6 offensive rebounds for East LA. And we got an offensive foul called here on the near sideline against Vasquez on the far sideline. The official on the near side supposedly saw it from way over here. What do I know?
Well, all I can say is the politicking done all quarter and all half by the Orange Coast head coach Fine Work brought herself an offensive foul call on Vasquez.
2:20 left. Huskies barely hanging on with a drive from Lopez. That might be the dagger.
Lopez, good size and speed for her size, very slithery. Good speed, driving in from the baseline from the corner.
At one point, at the 3:30 mark, the Huskies were down just 3 points. Here, now they're down 11, and they turn over the basketball here with 1:57 to go.
Now, wouldn't you feel that if the Huskies had the type of point guard that can really run an offense and maybe even drive and get their shot, that this would help them in instances like this?
Without a doubt, you just don't have that player.
Foul called as OCC drives inside.
That was against Harris.
Makina Ching going to the line for 2. This is the first. Not to say that the Huskies absolutely needed to be able to shoot more threes in this game, but it definitely would have helped to have more of an outside threat.
Just 1 3-pointer by Vasquez,
who is an excellent three-point shooter, but as someone who's the main scorer, you'd like to have some other players that maybe she can kick out to.
It's just been Vasquez and Ramirez who have taken 3-pointers. Here Hayden throws it straight into the hands of Lopez. No-look pass to Collins, and Collins gets fouled and dropped by Smith of East LA with 1:29 to go. 64-55, Huskies trail.
So a couple things on that Hayden drive. One, we mentioned that being a small guard, if she finds herself down at the basket, and unless you're a Kyrie Irving level of layup artist, you're going to have a tough time putting up shots against taller traffic, 1. 2, she actually tried to knock the ball. She got trapped along the baseline, was falling, kind of got bumped and was falling out of bounds. Tried to knock the ball off a Orange Coast player, but couldn't get the ricochet angle that she needed, and the Pirates were able to grab the ball and get the turnover. First free throw good here.
Castle now with 8 points in this one. 10-point lead thus far.
Second free throw good.
Huskies down 11 with 1:25 to go.
Now you do need to think about three-pointers.
It's probably what Vasquez is trying to create here. And to give himself some space.
And there's another, there's a turnover. Looks like Smith thought Vasquez was going to cut and missed timing. So turnovers at the absolute worst time for the Huskies, when instead of them making their move to get closer, they're slipping further away.
Here, OCC will most likely hold and milk the clock. McIntyre left alone in the corner. No. Ball bouncing around, and the 20th offensive rebound for OCC.
And they draw the foul. Another issue that's plagued the Huskies this game, I've been watching on their closeouts when they go chase the offensive players, the Pirates on the perimeter, to try to deter three-point attempts. You see 2-3 players flashing at the same defenders flashing at the same player. To me, that's telling me that there's some miscommunication on defensive assignments there, because if you have 2 defenders running out one shooter, somebody's open. And as you mentioned, Coast with their high assist totals this game, been able to find that open man. Vasquez to the bench.
Maya Scott will check in.
I don't know if that means if Vasquez got 5 fouls. She does, so she's out.
So a valiant effort by Vasquez.
Definitely much better effort given with her ailments that she's been suffering through recently. One good thing you can say is despite the outcome of this game, Dan, the Huskies have about 12 days to get ready for the next game, which is on January 10th. So hopefully, as the second free throw is good, Huskies have enough time to get some good practice in, get Lupe Vasquez and some of the other players that have been ailing, sick, get them all nice and healthy.
Yeah, Coach Bruce Turner mentioned that he's going to use the break as a mini camp. He feels many of his players are just out of shape, so he'll use the long layoff, the 12-day layoff, as a way to get back into condition. Here, the condition is bad, 68-55, trailing.
Yeah, and
45 ticks to go.
I mean, you got to give credit to both teams. Huskies for putting forth a much better effort this game versus the prior 2 games in this Classic. But Orange Coast showing their championship moxie by getting the lead and maintaining the lead against some pretty spirited Huskies team. So you got to give the champs credit where credit is due. They've held on, and they've made enough plays to keep the Huskies at bay. Huskies only came within 3 points, so they were within 1 possession, which sometimes felt maybe a little longer because, as we mentioned, the paltry three-pointer shooting numbers the Huskies have had this game, and without Lupe Vasquez pretty much for most of the season. So, again, the Huskies at certain points, when they had a chance to make a move, turn the ball over, allowed a bad offensive rebound down on the court, which led to an open three-pointer that Orange Coast buried. Good interception there by the Pirates. Like Maya Collins came in, stole that one. Huskies were looking to inbound for a quick shot. Good read by her, and she got fouled as she intercepted that ball, and she'll go to the line for 2.
So it looks like the Huskies will be ending the 2023 calendar year on a 9-game losing streak. Winners of just one of their last 13 now.
Yes, but silver linings, 12 days off.
Sure.
Number 25 in the state RPI, because they played such a tough competition, such a tough schedule. Only 5 of their teams that they played out of the 16, 17 games that we had have been against unranked opponents. And the Huskies, with their RPI in the new year, have a chance to add some wins and creep up from that number 25 slot, possibly securing. We have a technical foul on 32. Asia Harris drew a tech. Now she's trying to figure out why. I think maybe the way she flung the ball, referees weren't really feeling that.
OCC will snap their 2-game skid.
And like we were saying, this is actually an important game for them. They don't want to go into the new year with a 3-game losing streak. Coach Turner says we see the bias already.
Coach Turner.
Yeah, this
Tons
game.
of personality.
Yeah, tons of personality. It says so many things. Not someone that needs to swear a lot, but the things he says is so poignant and a little smart alecky.
Who's funnier, Mosley or Turner?
Oh,
Turner.
yeah, you know what, Turner, because
Albert says
his is.
Turner.
I would say Turner because he's more creative. Mosley's style of getting after the rest is much more aggressive. So sometimes in that aggression, he can be funny. But as far as just quipping, quip per quip, I have to give it to Coach Turner.
27 seconds here in this one.
And also, to be fair to the Huskies, this is going to show a double-digit victory for Orange Coast. But this game was actually considerably closer than that for the most part.
Huskies only using 8 players here this evening. That's half of what they came in into the year. Yeah.
Yeah, some injuries and some, unfortunately, a couple of eligibility issues have really cut down on their bench. And I was looking forward to the fact that Coach Turner was going to have a deep team, because we've seen in recent seasons that he's had games where he's only had 6 or 7 players eligible. So,
yeah, we have.
Absolutely.
So the game's over, and OCC head coach Boucher calls timeout with 19.9 seconds to go. She'll most likely give other players on the bench a chance here.
As the defending champs are all smiles in their huddle.
OCC will move to 11-3. East Los Angeles moves to 5-12.
Yeah, 5-12.
Yeah.
But again, not a good record, but the RPI is just as important as the win-loss record, particularly when it comes to playoff seeding. Again, like we said, they're number 25 in the state in their RPI ranking. And they're going to have an opportunity in January to get some wins under their belt to try to inch their way forward from number 25 and make a better case for a playoff slot come February.
All starters on the bench for OCC. All subs in. 10 seconds to go, and that'll do it here from East Los Angeles College.
You know, there's no substitution for live reps. That's why you see subs in here late in the game with the game decided.
OCC snaps their 2-game skid here at the Okawa Classic with a 72-55 victory over East Los Angeles College.
And with that, that concludes the 12th annual Okawa Classic.
12 years, huh?
12 years. Yeah. So if we could stay here, Coach Turner is going to award the last few all-tournament team plaques. So we don't know. I'm going to make a graphic once we're off air and we get back to the office, along with a recap. Good game, Late. Good game. Good game. Good game. Thank you. Good game. Thank you. Good game. Thank you. Good game. Thank you, guys. Good game. Good game. Thank you. All right. All right. All right, so we're going to get the word from see if Turner's going to announce it on the mic or if he's going to have Ryan, our PA guy, announce it. So Asia Harris will be the Huskies all-tournament team member.
At the conclusion of the 12th annual Okawa Showcase, we've got some special awards we'd like to hand out. First,
that was my personal,
All-Showcase player
my favorite.
for East LA.
Yes, take pictures. Take
Asia
pictures.
Harris.
Take pictures. So Asia Harris, all tournament. Even though it's not technically a tournament this year, it's a showcase, but we won't quibble with the wording. And I think Orange Coast is going to get 2. Let's see who they announce. or we get one and then we have an outstanding player. Let's see what they announce.
And we'd like to recognize the 2 outstanding players for Orange Coast College for the showcase.
Orange Coast will
Number
have 2.
Ashari Cassell.
Charlie Cassell.
And number 10, Bridget McIntyre.
Number 10, Bridget McIntyre.
Congratulations to these athletes on their outstanding performance during this weekend.
Coach Turner posing with the all-tournament players. So congratulations to Orange Coast 2. Congratulations to our Asia Harris. Coach Turner poses with Ms. Harris. So, although we'll get to the home team in a second to wrap up in terms of Huskies and everything, but from a competition standpoint, as Coach Turner is with us, from a competition standpoint, this has been the most successful Classic in terms of the level of competition. We're going to ask Coach Turner now about that as he joins us post-game. Hey, Coach Turner here with SportsNetUSA.net. Tough one tonight, but before we get into the Huskies' individual performance, let's talk about the overall success of this year's Classic in terms of the quality of competition. We would argue is the best ever that you may have had here in the 12 years.
Yeah, this is a loaded field, one of the best tournament fields in the state this year. I think 5 teams in the top 17.
4 in the top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah, 4 in the top 10, yeah.
So had we held up our end of the bargain, it would have been one heck of a showcase. You had the rematch of the state final last night. Palomar, who's ranked highly, played well on Thursday night. And Moore Park looked like they've rebounded and found their stride.
Yeah, Moore Park's a quality team. You talked about your performance. I know you felt the team didn't hold up the bar. You went 0-3. But to your credit, you don't shy. What we always talked about, you don't shy away from the tough competition. Palomar on Thursday, number 5 in state. Moore Park, number 6 on Friday, number 6 in the state. And then tonight, you just played the defending state champions with number 3. So obviously, you want the wins. But you're getting the reps against the good quality competition.
Well, yeah, that's one of our things. Our recruiting mantra. We want to play the best. I always say we'll play 5-on-5 anywhere, anytime, any place. It's these other 3 people sometimes that bother me. But it was a really good game, and then the whistle changed. We didn't have enough energy on offense tonight. We played zone, which is something we really don't like to do. But, we competed a lot better than we did Thursday and Friday night.
Absolutely.
It was good to see.
Absolutely. Also good to see, we talked about Lupe Vasquez, how she's been hobbled with sickness and what looked like a bit of an ankle issue. But she seemed to come alive more today and give you a better effort today. You want to talk about her efforts?
Yeah, Vasquez had a good, solid game. She's not where she wants to be physically. Also suffered with a little bit of the flu last week. Actually, the flu went through the entire team. One day we only had 4 in practice. So we're back to 9. We're still waiting on a couple of others to get back from car accident. So we haven't had the practice time we really like, but played more like a team tonight, and we weren't so spastic.
Right.
Got to hold our composure better on the hard fouls and the non-calls.
Right. I will say this though, you got 2 young building blocks at the big forward slots in Asia Harris and and Micaiah Smith.
Smith actually is a redshirt freshman. She's a sophomore.
Okay.
Asia's a good building block along with CC, we'll reload, but we're not done this year.
Oh no,
we're playing a lot better. It may not look like it in the stats, but actually we're playing better.
Okay. So to that point, now you got 12 days off until your next game. You don't play until January 10th. We're hearing that you're going to kind of engineer a bit of a mini camp.
Well, yeah, because we haven't had the ability to run up against each other. We've been playing against coaches, cones, and all that sort of thing. So now you get to play against live bodies, get the reaction. One thing you saw in last night's game, Moore Park, Butte and
Palomar.
OCC,
OCC.
was the quick reaction, you know, the give and go plays,
Right.
natural basketball instinct plays, and you can only get that through scrimmaging and controlled settings. And you got to have live people to do it. You can't do it with, you know, bean bags and dummies.
Right. And hopefully with some of that training, it'll hopefully cause an uptick in the assist numbers for the team as well, as they can get their run the offensive sets a bit more smoothly and things of that nature. Well, we'll let you go. I know you had a long 3 days here as the chieftain of this classic, and you know, hopefully we'll be back here next year as well, and you'll have another loaded bracket here.
Yeah, we'll reload, and I think we got Sequoias coming in, so it might even be tougher. But we want to thank you guys, Sportsnet, USA.net, for all your coverage and all your support through the years, and we hope to bring you some good programming later on this year.
All right, good to see you, Coach. Off to you. All right, Albert, as Dan Gudino is talking with Ryan, our PA guy, everyone's wrapped up here. Coach Mosley has come back from Cuyamaca, and sounds like he may be low-key instrumenting the cleanup here. Coach Mosley very careful about the care of the floor here. So, men's basketball will be back here in the E-Rena on January 3rd.
Yep, they'll face Compton College, so we'll be here for that game.
Yep.
And, of course, the 3 other remaining home games in January we'll be here for as well. So stay tuned for more basketball for your East Los Angeles College Huskies on Sportsnet, USA.net. And, of course, be sure to follow the Athletics page on Instagram and all social media. Cerwin D. Haynes very active in the social media for your East LA Huskies. For myself, for Dan Gudino, Cerwin D. Haynes, for Ed Ford, and everyone else at SportsNetUSA.net, thank you very much for watching.
Peace.